Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to day 2 of our From Quarantine to Happy and Lean 7-day challenge. So day 2 is super fun. We are going to do a live lunch with a side of exercise cooking show. And lunch with a side of exercise is where we alternate 2 ingredients and 2 exercises until we complete our recipe and our workout. I'm using earbuds so that you guys can hear me when we go over here and do our exercises. So if you can't hear me, please let me know. As you're joining, go ahead and say hello in the chat. Let us know kind of where you're watching from, where you're coming from. Are you at home? Are you going to do this in the office? Because that would be cool too. We're showing you guys that you really can do it all and you don't need a big space, even though I'm getting to use this amazing space today. Usually I'm in an apartment the size of the island that we're using today. So there's really no excuses. And we will go ahead and get started. So first things first, hopefully you all have your workbook by now. If you have not downloaded your cool workbook, you can go to sarahbfit.com, F-A-R-A, the letter B as in boy, fit.com, and download this awesome book because this is what we're going to be using all week. And this is where you'll also find our recipe for today. And don't forget, we added hemp seeds and fresh herbs to our non-tuna, not boring lunch. All right, so this is our lunch with the side of exercise that we will be working on today. Not tuna, not boring, salad. We're going to show you a couple different ways to have this salad as well. So hopefully you guys all have your ingredients. As we chop and kind of mix and match, we will learn fun facts about why these ingredients are healthy for you and what they do for your body. All right, so if you are following along with me, we're going to go ahead and start with our chickpeas. So I drained the chickpeas and you're going to put them in the bowl. And then I am using Vegenaise. There are lots of different vegan mayonnaise options nowadays that are really good. And you don't have to go to all the fancy pants health stores to find them. They're now available in Kroger and, which is like your City Market and King Soopers here in Colorado. Not sure what it is everywhere else, but Kroger brand. So you can pretty much find it anywhere nowadays. But I like Vegenaise because it's kind of got a little sweet taste to it. By the way, disclaimer, my cooking shows, I don't follow recipes. I think of them more as like an idea of things to do, and then you can add and do whatever you want. And it's basically, I think, just based on your taste, of what you kind of like. So you can put in as much mayonnaise as you want. I like mine to be pretty creamy. And so I don't have a production team yet, so this is going to be what we're going to be doing here. I'll just kind of move the computer around with me as I go. And then all you're going to do is just kind of mash it with a fork until it gets to a consistency that you like, and it can be, a little bit more crunchy if you want, or you can really mix it in. I like to put the salt and pepper in at this point just so that it really gets kind of mixed in. So we'll just do a little bit of a little salt right there and a little bit of pepper. We're not going to do any other seasonings at this point because we are going to use our fresh herbs, and we will get to those later. So just go ahead and mash, mash, mash. Now, chickpeas are an amazing legume because they are full of fiber. And so if you want some sort of quick, easy lunch like this that is going to keep you feeling fuller longer, then you definitely want to add chickpeas and other legumes and beans into your diet. The fiber will keep you satiated, and it won't leave you kind of crashing, needing a bunch of snacks or other things to eat. They are also very close to a complete protein. Most legumes are only missing a little tiny bit of one, which you make up for when you put it in the wrap or when you eat it with a cracker. And a little side note about food combining myth while we're here is that a lot of people think that as a vegan, or being plant-based, you're going to miss out on a lot of nutrients, and you have to do all this fancy pants food combining in order to get complete proteins, and that's not true anymore. And actually, the woman who wrote that article negated it way back in the 70s, and I don't know, people still think that it's a thing. So just a little side note on that. You don't, but what they're saying is that like this is short by one little amino acid. And so then you just get it when you eat it with your cracker or with your tortilla. So it's not some fancy scientific project. It's just basic food combining, which everybody does. Anyways, okay. After we do our chickpeas, I guess I could look at the recipe. She said to toast the sunflower seeds. I don't know about you, but lady, we don't got time for that. So I actually bought them toasted already. So I already did that. Okay, so let's take our sunflower seeds, speaking of the sunflower seeds, and just kind of sprinkle some of those in there. Again, to your liking, okay? If you love the crunch of sunflower seeds and you think they're so fun, then add more. If you're not really a fan, don't add any or just do a little bit. Sunflower seeds, you guys, does anybody have kids at home right now and all the kids are hanging out at home and maybe they just go bananas sometimes, or maybe even you get a little bananas at night and you get a little worn out feeling and you just like, you're worn out and you're tired, but you can't sleep. Just eat some sunflower seeds or give the kids sunflower seeds because they have a natural tryptophan effect, which makes you feel really tired and it might help you get a better night's sleep. So there you go, friends. Okay, those were our first 2 ingredients. So now we are going to go do our first 2 exercises. So don't be lame and just sit there and watch, all right? The whole point of this is for you guys to get up and do it with me because we are showing you that you truly do have time for it all. You don't need some big gym and you don't need a lot of space to do this, all right? So everybody get up with me. No excuses. I don't care if people are watching. They're going to be jealous of how cute your butt looks when you're done with this. And so just get over yourself and just get up, come over here with me, and we're going to do some squats. Squats is a great warm up as well. So toes are slightly out, okay? What you want to do is put your hands out. It just helps you like keep your back straighter. And then you sit back like you're going to sit into a chair, and then you come down into a squat like this, all right? So it's kind of like back in the day, maybe you had some asshole sibling where you would go to sit down and they would be pulling the chair out from behind you. Pretend like they're behind you. So you want this action of sitting back and then down. This will protect your knees and keep your knees and your booty back. All right, so we're gonna do 10 squats all together. Ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8. I wish I had some backup dancers over here. 7. Amy, when are you gonna come do this with me? Have a backup dancer. 5. I also need a production crew, clearly. 4, 3, and some royalties for your music would be good. 2, and 1. Awesome, everybody. Okay, quick little shake. Great job. All right, we're gonna do some calf raises. If you're in high heels at the office, you might wanna take them off. And then here we go. So both feet up onto your toes. 10, 9. This is really great, you guys, too, if you sit a lot, okay? This helps pump the blood up a little bit and keep the blood circulating in your calves. 5, good. 4, all the way to the top. 3, really good for your balance and ankle strength as well. So on this last one, let's hold it up. Hold it up here, hold it as long as you can. You start to notice maybe your feet kind of shift, okay? Really try to keep your ankles stacked. This is really, really, really good for ankle strength and help keep your feet nice and strong. Good, awesome. All right, shake it out a little bit. And then we come back to our lunch. All right, how was that, everybody? Did you actually do it? Let me know how you're feeling. I'm already winded. So out of shape I am these days. Good thing we're doing our 3-day reset within the 7-day. So we'll talk about that at the end for those of you who have missed that part. Okay, let's move on to celery. We're just gonna chop a little bit of celery in here. Again, if you don't like celery, you don't need to put it in there. This is already pre-washed. So just little tiny pieces of celery here. Yes, I moved the knife, not the thing. I think you're supposed to move the food, not the knife. All right, so celery is so good for you. Again, it's full of fiber. Celery is lots and lots and lots of fiber, so it's gonna keep you fuller longer. And again, reduce that like afternoon crash that we tend to get if we get hungry. Now, if you want smaller pieces than this, you always have to test one for poison. Just kind of hold the knife like this and just kind of chop around in a little circle, boop, 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 or half circle, I guess. Sorry, Eve, I dropped one on the floor. I'll pick it up. That's why you need a dog. So you can kind of go like this, and then there you go. Celery also has a lot of these sulfur compounds that are very detoxifying. And since we are doing our 3-day reset, one of my things is to not drink. And so this will just help expedite that detox process a little bit here. All right, so go ahead and add some celery. Again, as much or as little as you would like. And then we'll just mix that in a little bit here. All right, and then let's go ahead and do our lemon. This will keep it fresh. Everything is pre-washed, okay? So when I get home, everybody gets a bath. I put everything. I even dunk onion in real quick, but it's Dr. Bronner's soapy water, and I rinse everything in that. That way, when you cut into things, you don't have everybody's grubby mitts and all of the corona mitts all over your food, because when you cut into it, it goes into the flesh. So just a little side note. Now, you don't need a fancy pants little lemon squeezy thing. I'll go like this for you guys, my production crew, remember. Make sure you don't have cuts in your hands, and then just kind of give yourself, make a little cup, and then squeeze through here. Obviously, you wash your hands before we start our shows. And I'm doing a half a lemon just because I really, really like lemon. And it's also detoxifying. Lemons also contain 27 anti-cancer compounds in them. So I like to put lemon pretty much in everything. I'll have an entire half of lemon in a drink throughout the whole day, like a tea or, you know, an herbal tea or something like that. So just that's your fun fact for the lemon. So you can just squeeze it through your fingers like that. It'll catch the seeds. And then go ahead and rinse your hands really quick. And then we will mix it up. And then we're going to do our next 2 exercises. So just give this a little mix. And you can mash this more later. I probably will, but just for our time's sake. Okay, friends, now we're going to come over and we're going to do a core exercise. So let me see if I can get it like that. Depending on kind of the floor you have, if you're a weenie and you don't want your elbows on a hard surface, then, you know, go somewhere where there's carpet. Or you can do a plank up on your hands like this, if you would like as well, okay? Get back in. See, this is what's fun about this, huh? Trying to figure out where to be. Okay, so you can hold a plank here like this, or on your elbows, like I said. Key things here for a plank, all right? We don't want a saggy booty like this, very bad for your back. And you don't want a spiky booty up like this, because then it disengages the whole point of the plank in your core. So really rolling the shoulders back. Also, give your tailbone a little tuck, and then push your heels back, all right? And then pretend with your hands, pretend like you're trying to drag your hands down the floor. This engages your lats, which is a huge part of the core and plank exercise that we love. All right, head stays in line. All right, so we're pretending to drag our hands down the floor. We're pushing back in our heels. Tailbone is tucked, nice and straight. Okay, it's called plank because you want to be plank like a board. You want to be straight. Remember, no sagging, no spiking. All right, nice and strong. Tuck the tailbone a little bit. Really pull the belly button through the spine as if somebody has your belly button by a string back here and is pulling up. Now we're holding this. You can hold it as long as you can. When your arms or anything gets tired, you can simply go back here like this. Give your shoulders a little break. Take a breath. Roll the shoulders back, reset, realign, and go back into it as many times as you want, as long as you want, however it feels good to you. All right, let's hold it for another 4. You all better be up doing this with me. 3. Oh, and when you do fitness, seconds aren't really seconds. 2, as you can tell. And 1, perfect. Push back, release the shoulders a little bit, walk it up. Give your shoulders a little roll. Oh my God, seriously. I'm really excited for this 3-day reset because my ass is out of shape. Woo, okay. See, we're all in this together, you guys. The quarantine kicked my ass just as much as it did yours, in a bad way, not in a good way. So we're gonna get the heart rate up, even though plank obviously gets your heart rate up. Big myth is that you need to jump around and do a whole bunch of crazy things to get your heart rate up and get cardio. As you can hear, just doing a plank properly is going to get your heart rate up, okay? So let's keep it up on this one. You might get a little sweaty. All right, we're just gonna do some tap jumps. We're gonna do 10 of them. So what we're gonna do is keep your belly really tight. This is, again, using some core here, touch, and then we're gonna jump up. If you don't wanna jump, if you have injury, you're just gonna squat. So here we go. I'll show the low impact option first. Touch, reach, touch, reach, higher impact to touch, jump, touch, jump, touch, jump. You better be doing this with me, everybody at home. This is so weird doing it to a computer. I'm used to a big studio. Good, let's do 2 more because I lost count. Awesome. Okay, friends, now you're gonna catch your breath. We probably wanna wash our hands because we were on the floor, and then we'll go back and do our next 2 ingredients. I'm trying not to breathe in your face, but I can't help it. Maybe my excuse is I live in the mountains. Can I use that as an excuse? No, because you grew up here, dork. All right, so like I said, friends, the quarantine really kicked my ass in the negative way, just like all of you, I'm sure, feel the same kind of residual effects of being really out of shape and being completely out of breath by doing a plank and a couple jump squats. Okay, let's move on to garlic and onion. All right, so go ahead and grab your red onion. This is how I do it. I just kind of cut it in half. And then you want to just peel off just a little bit, like usually just that little outside layer will come off on its own. You don't want to peel an onion too much because obviously a lot of the flavonoids and a lot of the goodness is close to the skin as well. So you don't want to peel too many layers off of this, all right? The fun fact for onion and garlic is going to go together because they are both part of what's called the allium family. And this is where, like, you know how onion like makes your eyes water and that it has like that pungentness to it. That's because of the sulfuric kind of compounds as well, and this allium, okay? That pungent smell is actually where a lot of the medicinal properties of onion and garlic come from. So you guys, we're not gonna put this in our bowl yet because onion and garlic, you want to chop this, and usually I do it first and then let it sit for about 15 minutes or so, same with broccoli, because when it's cut, that's when it releases those medicinal compounds that I was just talking about. And if you heat it up right away, this doesn't matter as much because it's raw, but if you heat it up right away, those compounds don't have time to release. And that's what these gases are that, you know, make your eyes water and stuff with onion. You want those gases to release and kind of activate the medicinal properties within the onion and garlic. Holy crap, that's a really strong onion. I'm gonna be crying in the onion. And then there was a trick that I have too, where if you put an onion, you cut an onion in half and then you put it in the freezer, it's supposed to like reduce these gases that make you cry, but it has yet to work. So honestly, you can try it and see, but I'm just being honest. Okay, so that's your onion and garlic. We're gonna let it sit here for a little bit to release its gases and the medicinal compounds. I mean, garlic and onion is antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiviral, it's an antiseptic, all these amazing things for your body. So that's why you really wanna add a lot of garlic and onion to your diet. Okay, we're not gonna do the herbs yet because we want those to be on the top. All right, hemp seeds. Let's go ahead and grab hemp seeds. All right, hemp seeds are a complete protein. So remember, we talked about complete protein sources and how there's lots of myths around all this crazy, annoying food combining that, you know, vegetarians and vegans need to do. And we realized that that's actually not completely true. So here's an example of a plant-based complete protein, hemp seeds. So these little seeds have all the essential amino acids that you need all in one source. They're also really, really, really great omega. I have a really high sense of omegas, and it's an ocean and turtle friendly source of omegas. And so here we go. Oh yeah, Jennifer's here making this, working right now. Zach's gonna do it later. Cool. All right, so we're gonna add some hemp seeds, complete protein, like I said, and an ocean friendly source of all of your omega-3 and other omegas. That's why they have kind of like a high fat source, but they're a good fat, okay? And they have this really amazing, like creamy, nutty kind of ness to them. So I put them in my smoothies too, all the time. Okay, there are our next two ingredients. So let's all move on over to our, little pretend workout area here. And let's work the booty, shall we? A lot of us are just using our butts as a like sitting mechanism these days, especially during quarantine, and a lot of us are still having to work from home. So we want to keep our booties tight, and not only tight because it looks awesome, but because it's actually really good and essential for your back and your posture. So on the top of your glutes, right here, it's called the gluteus medius. And these little guys up here at the very, very top help your posture, okay? So if your gluteus medius are like weak, then your posture is weak and you go like this, okay? And this flexion causes a lot of disc pain and back pain. So on your desk or wherever you are, you can hold on just for a little bit of balance. And what we're going to do is just these straight leg kickbacks to activate the very, very top of your glute right here. You can even feel it. And that way we'll keep our backs nice and strong and safe for all of our sitting exercises that we have to do to work. So here we go, straight leg, flex your foot actually too, so that you're gonna be really leading with the heel. Okay, this will activate the gluteus a little bit more. And here we go, let's do 10, 9, 8, 7. This is really hard to count. Usually I have music and I can just count with the beat. So if I lose count, one cheek will be bigger than the other. It's all good. Last one. Good. Now, if you want to be really cool sometimes, you can pulse at the end and do a couple pulses. Yes, your standing leg glute should be on fire as well. Okay. Awesome. Shake it a little bit and then let's switch. So keeping your belly tight. All right. Standing leg is going to get tired as well. Flex the foot. You can feel it up here. And then here we go. Flex and go 10, 9, 8. Now make sure you're not here. Okay, this deactivates everything obviously, and that's doing nothing. It's a small movement, but very effective. 3, 2, and 1. Pulse if you want to. Pulse, 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 everybody. You should be feeling it right up here, okay? Feel it. If you're going here, you're deactivating. It's a little movement with a lot of action, okay? Boop, boop, boop. Awesome. All right. Whew. Good Lord. It's a good thing we're doing this together. I need you people as much as like you need me, trust me. Let's finish working on the booty. So now we're gonna go into the deep part of the glute, like the main glutes here with some lunges. So follow me. We're going to take a big step forward. Now first, I want you to sit straight back down. You wanna kick your hip back just a little bit so your knee is not going past your toes. Kind of lift your toes up a little bit, press from the heel and stand up. Switch legs. So you're just gonna kind of walk around whatever space you have. If you have a teeny weeny space and you can't really walk, you're just gonna do lunges. All right, so if you have a smaller space and you don't really have room to be moving around too much, just come here, okay, lunge. Sorry, the cameras are not like at the best angles, but it's just me and my computer on a box. So, make do. Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, you're working here, and 1. Again, if you want to be really crazy, you can pulse that out as well. Just make sure your hip is back and your knee is away from the toes. Okay, pulse, 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 belly tight. 4, 3, 2, awesome. Let's do the other leg. See if I can get you guys at a little bit of a better angle, maybe not. Okay, let's switch legs. All right, so a big step. Nope, this way. Someday I'm gonna have a real camera and a real human to help me. All right, push the hip back just a little bit. Knee is over the ankle, and here we go. 5, 4, I'm gonna keep your belly tight. 3, 2, and 1. You guys wanna be brave with me and pulse it out? Here we go. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Again, little movement, but a lot of action happening. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Oh my God. I told you, like, you don't need a lot and you don't need a lot of space to burn your butt. Did everybody feel that? Oh my God, I'm already so tired. My butt's already tired. Did everybody feel that? So like I said, you don't need to go crazy to get your heart rate up. You don't need a big space. You can do this anytime, anywhere, all right? You really have time for it all. Okay, last 2 ingredients. Let's grab our herbs. So our herbs, let me get you closer again. We're gonna read a little bit about the aromatic herbs from my favorite person, the medical medium. We talked about him yesterday, and this is Life Changing Foods. Remember, there is a really beautiful cover that comes with this, but I get annoyed by covers, and so I have to take them off. Okay, so we're gonna learn about the emotional support of herbs. So all these fresh herbs we have here. So I have some dill, I have a little bit of thyme, rosemary, and some parsley, okay? So in the stressful times that we live in, it's understandable when emotional reactions are heightened. When heightened emotional responses become chronic, though, and you can't get yourself out of this cycle of overreacting, then when we do this, we want to turn to fresh aromatic herbs like these. These herbs will help break the cycle of feeling consistently overstimulated so that you can take what comes on more at more of an even keel, okay? So herbs are so good for us, and even parsley. Like, a lot of us think that parsley is just some like fancy pants thing that's thrown on the side of a plate when we go out for real dinners, but there's actually a ton of nutrients in here. There's lots of vitamins and minerals, and all of these herbs contain a lot of iron, which, again, people, when they think of a plant-based diet, think you're going to be lacking all this iron and all these things, and it's just not true. It's actually just a different type of iron called non-heme iron, and it's fully absorbable and assimilates a lot easier than concentrated animal forms of iron, because where do you think the animals get it from? From the ground. Exactly. So I like to smack my herbs. This actually helps release the essential oils. So herbs and things like this have essential oils. You probably have bought, you know, maybe rosemary essential oil and used it in a diffuser, okay? So what I do is I like to smack those herbs, give it a little cup like this. You don't want to bruise them too much, but just to like kind of air pressure of it will help release some of these oils. And if you could smell this, you would freak out because it's so yummy. And so I just kind of give all the herbs a little smush, a little smack, okay? And then with thyme, so here's like a little trick with thyme. Hold the tip, and you just want to be kind of pretty gentle, and then you're just going to slide your hand, sorry, this way, down. Everything is mirrored. It's hard. Like that, and then ta-da, the thyme comes right off the stick. A lot of people are kind of, you know, like, well, I'd use fresh herbs, but what the hell am I supposed to do? So here's what you do with thyme. Okay, again, just pinch the top a little bit, kind of a little bit farther down so it doesn't snap off, and then you just gently slide down the stem, and they literally pop off like that, okay? And again, we're gonna smack our thyme, a little bit of a cup, boom, boom. I wish you guys could smell this. It's so good. So the cookbook does not say to do these herbs, but I said that we were going to because I really like fresh herbs and they're very medicinal. All right, so dill. What the hell do I do with dill, Sarah? Well, I will show you. You just give it like a little haircut, basically. So you take kitchen shears, okay? And then you just kind of give it a haircut, boop, right into the bowl. And don't get all sassy about some stems. It's not a big deal. You can have a couple stems in there. You're cutting it anyway. So then when you get kind of to the base, the thicker stem, I pull the herbs over a little bit like this, and then you just give those a little haircut right into the bowl. Dill is amazing on everything. I put fresh herbs in, like basil and dill, especially on like all my sandwiches and on everything. So just give it a little haircut into the bowl. When you get to the stem, you just kind of move it over a little bit like that, and then haircut that right in there. Here you go. All right. And then for the rest of the herbs, I just kind of put them in a little pile like this, and keeping the tip of the knife down, I just kind of, again, just kind of go side to side in like this little half moon shape and just kind of push them around. And then once they're kind of there, you just go back and forth. So these herbs, you know, you might be thinking, well, this isn't what you put in tuna. So if you're that sassy about like flavors, because I don't care, I just eat because I know it's good for me. And this is technically not chicken salad then, with the rosemary and the thyme. So, you know, it can be a non-chicken salad if you're all sassy about your herbs and flavor profiles. Or if you're like me and you don't care and you mix all different flavors because you just know it's good for you, then you can make non-tuna salad plus non-chicken salad all at the same time. Okay. So friends, then you're just going to mix that up. Let's add our onion and garlic that has been sitting here, releasing its amazing gases that keep us healthy and safe during these gross journey times. Remember, garlic and onion are anti-everything that's like bad for you, basically. Antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, and antiseptic. It even helps with pain. What is that called again? And then if you want, you add your mustard. And we also have dill pickles. So I bought these fun ones that were already cut up, and then you can just cut up your dill pickles like so, however, sorry, you can't see, however you want. Seriously, does anyone want to come be my videographer, my production team? I'll trade you yummy food and personal training. And then you can help me with better camera angles of all this. Okay, so there you go. Put a little bit of that in there. Let me get a spoon for the mustard. And again, you can follow the recipe if you want to. I just kind of put in whatever I think is yum and what I like. I'm still winded from our exercises. Are you guys? Are we really that out of shape from sitting on our damn asses for the last, what, 10 months? Crying out loud. That's why we're going from quarantine to happy and lean. So the happiness piece is going to come from some exercises and worksheets that we will be doing around mindset and other things like that. All right, friends. So then you just get it into the consistency and kind of flavor profile that you like. And then real quick, I will just show you many different ways that you can eat it. I'm obsessed with these little peppers. I can just dip and eat these with everything. So that is an option. And then you can also just use celery. So my friend Amy loves celery, and who doesn't love crunchy things? And so instead of making a wrap, you can bring this, you know, bowl of this to work with you, or just if you're at home, and just eat it like this. And the crunch of this is so fun. And then another one of my favorite things, like what I do with things like this and hummus, is I make cabbage scoops. And so I cut it in half, and then I'm just going to basically cut it in half again. And you want to get to these middle pieces. And so just kind of carefully take the outer pieces off. You're going to save that for, you know, some sort of slaw or something like that. And then when you get to these middle pieces, you can create little cups and like little scoops. So you just kind of pick around here, and then I just take those little pieces off like that, and then like that. So then you have like these little like cabbage scoops. Now this is like my favorite thing to do. And you can make a bowl of cabbage chips like this and use this for your non-tuna salad or your non-chicken salad. And you can eat your salad just like this if you want as well. So another option Let's see if I can work the camera here. Okay, we're gonna put that option right there. Option 1, okay. Amy's option, option 2. Okay, and if you're kind of a big snacker like I am and you don't like to sit and eat full meals, crackers are great with this, obviously. So option 3, and then you can also get tortillas and then make an actual wrap. You can add tomato, you can add sprouts, you can chop up some of the cabbage actually and make like a little slaw. That would be delish. And so then you can also make a wrap if you would prefer instead. Get out of my way. And then just make a little wrap, fold it like this, kind of give it a little pushback. You can tuck that little guy in, go like that, and ta-da! So there is your non-tuna / non-chicken this way. You guys are balancing on a box. Okay, so here's our non-tuna tuna salad / chicken salad with our different options. You can make a wrap. You can use it as a dip on a cracker. You could dip yummy, crunchy celery or make these really fun cabbage chips and eat it that way. So there you go, friends. There is your lunch with a side of exercise live cooking show. Definitely stretch it out a little bit, you know, especially your butte, because even though that was like very minimal, it does do a lot of work. And so just make sure you can balance on the counter again. This figure 4 is really, really good to stretch your booty. And especially if you sit a lot on a computer, this is good to get up and do, you know, about every hour. So stretch it out a little bit. Does anybody have any questions before we go? Don't forget, if you need the workbook from Quarantine to Happy and Lean, just go to sarahbfit.com. This is day 2. And then it's also day 1 of our 3-day reset. So within our 7-day challenge, we're going to be having another follow along cooking show. We're going to do smoothie with a side of yoga on Sunday. But we're also working on our 3-day reset that we will be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And mine is no drinking and eating 2 pieces of whole fruit instead of wine, and then moving my body first thing in the morning, which I sent a video about that this morning as well on the stories. So enjoy your lunch and enjoy your sore butt tomorrow. Please let me know how you all feel. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can always message in the comments or contact me directly through my website or DM. And I really hope you enjoy your yummy lunch. I know I'm going to eat this right now. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for those of you who joined live and who got off your butts and actually did this with me. Trust me, you do have time for it all. That's what I'm here to show you. You have an amazing lunch and you just got to work out in. I'm sweaty. I look amazing. And yeah, so go ahead and give it a whirl. If you didn't have time to do it right now live, get all the ingredients and do it tonight. And let us know how you feel and how you do. All right, again, thank you everybody so much for watching, and enjoy your delicious wrap or salad, however you decide that you are going to enjoy it. All right, bye everybody. Thank you.